In this specific video, we're going to talk about how to create a pitch page or a sales page that is compliant to Clickbank. Now, if you don't want to create a pitch page using the free tools that I'm going to show you how to do it with, if you go to pitchmagic.com, this is actually a site that Clickbank recommends, and as you can see here, Clickbank recommends Pitch Magic, and you can create nice looking pitch pages. So this is a drag and drop tool, so I wanted to show you this. It does cost money though. It's a $47 one-time fee or a $24 a month fee. So $47 is not a lot, but if you're working on a low budget, then just keep watching this video. So the first thing you're going to need is a sales page. If you don't have a sales page, I'm not really going to go show you how to create a sales letter and this and that. I'm going to assume that you have a product in hand and you want to go ahead and upload that onto Clickbank. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking around my hard drive and I'm just going to pick out a project that was created a while back. It's a local fan page blueprint video product, and this is what the video product looks like. This is the sales page, and it's pretty much done. Now you can use pitch page if you want. I'm just going to use this as an example to go through and make sure that it is Clickbank compliant, and so that you can see for yourself what you need to do for yourself. If you don't use Pitch Magic, you can always hire somebody to create a professional looking page like this if you would like to. But what I'm going to do is go through the process and point out what are the things that you're going to need and so forth. And we will actually use the WYSIWYG tool that I talked about earlier to edit this sales page. So what we want to do is we want to look under this folder. I created a Clickbank test folder, and this is the sales page here. If you're starting from scratch and you don't want to use Pitch Magic, then what you want to do is create a file called index.html, and the way you do that is if you right click here and you click on new, and then you click on, let me scroll this over so that you can see it. Click on new and click on text document. What you're doing is you're creating a new text document and you name it index.html. So this is .html, that works too, but I already have a index.html file. Now what you want to do is you want to install Composer. If that's installed, if I right click and I open with, you'll see Composer here. If you don't see it, you click on Choose Default Program, browse and look for the .exe file for Composer, which looks like this. But I already have that open, so I'm going to open that with Composer. And if I minimize this a little bit, you're going to be able to see it better. So if I put this in here, as you can see, I can edit the text. Say announcing the brand, or announcing the new 6-part video course that shows. So as you can see, it's really easy to edit stuff. You can finally learn how, stuff like that. So it's really easy to edit a sales page. I could delete that and add a new header, and this and that. Now what I want to do primarily right now is just to walk through step by step what a pitch page needs to have. Now you can always go to the Clickbank website. They have a list there and they're always updating stuff, but here's pretty much the basics. Number one, you need a detailed description of the product. So if you have a headline, subheadline, introduction, and then introducing the product, you need to have a description of what they're going to get. So as you can see here, I've described that they're going to get 6 videos as part of this whole video series. That's what they're going to get. So you need to make sure you have a detailed description of the product. You're also going to need to have the cost of the product on the page, which I have below here. It's not $67, it's $47. The cost of the product needs to be sprinkled around the sales page. For if your product is a recurring product, you need to be clear to state all the details. You know, the first month is being charged this, the second month is being charged this, and so forth. For example, if the initial charge is $19.95 and then every month after that for 11 months it's going to be $9.95, then write that down. Make sure that that is there. So Clickbank basically wants you to cover your tracks and cover as many tracks as possible so that they don't get, you know, people complaining and things like that. So their goal is to lower support as much as possible. Now, another thing is if your product is only useful for customers in a particular geographic region or country, be sure to say so. For example, this product is about creating local fan pages for local companies, creating Facebook fan pages for local companies. Now, the question is, does Facebook disregard certain countries? You might want to do research on that, figure that out. To my knowledge, I'm not too sure, but that's something to ask yourself. Another thing is how long delivery takes. Immediate, 5 minutes, and so forth. Now, this is a video product here, so it's an immediate delivery. So I want to make sure that they understand that they get it immediately. So right now, it doesn't necessarily say it's immediate, so I might need to edit that. So I might need to go in here and say that they get the product immediately. So I can say, so with that said, grab this video series today and learn how to blah blah blah, add this cart for only this, and let's see here, 7, and you will be able to download, or let's see, be able to watch this video series right away. So Clickbank has a criteria, and they actually look at your page to make sure that you have that criteria. So make sure you sprinkle it around. Watch this video series right away, and so forth. And I click save. So I didn't have that there, so I added that. If you have a recurring billing product, you need to make sure how the product will be delivered and how often. For example, if you sold a monthly newsletter or a monthly product, video product, software product, so forth, customers need to know, that they're going to be getting that each and every month. And last but not least, Clickbank wants to make sure that you have a support team, you have an email address somewhere, sprinkled somewhere. So if this is a Clickbank product, you might want to put at the bottom somewhere that if you have any questions, feel free to contact us via, whether it's email, contact at let's see, yourdomain.com, or 1-800 888 or 000 or whatever. Whatever your contact help desk or whatever, make sure that you have that here. Make sure that if this is an email, let me show you how to hyperlink that. If you highlight this and you click on link and you put your email, if you click the above is an email address, Composer will automatically make sure that when somebody clicks that, they can email you. So that's very convenient. So that's pretty much it in terms of a pitch page. One other thing is you might want to read this section that says vendor promotional messaging guidelines. It talks about testimonials and endorsements. Recently, the FTC changed their guidelines in terms of testimonials and endorsements. So you want to make sure that if you do have testimonials and endorsements endorsing your product, that you do not allow fictitious individuals or life stories. They have to be real. Or a video, doing false claims of earnings and this and that. So you want to make sure that you have that. What they do allow is videos and testimonials of people, you can read that here, stating that they actually made a certain amount of money up to $1,000. If that is the case, but you need to make sure that they are not fictitious, because if the FTC looks at you and says, oh, I want proof that you actually have it and you don't have proof, then that's going to cause problems, and that's going to cause problems and headaches for you in the long run. Even if you're in a different country and you're not ruled by the FTC in the USA, Clickbank is going to make sure that you comply, because they're located in Idaho, Boise, Idaho, and that's in the United States. So you got to make sure that you comply whether you're in another country or whether you're outside the US. So make sure you do comply with these rules. Another thing they don't allow is false scarcity, which means like only 300 copies left or something like that. So make sure you read through here. Make sure you have accurate pricing, stuff that's not deceiving. But just make sure you read through here and make sure that it complies with your sales page. So right now I've created my pitch page. If you don't know how to create one from scratch, let me show you real quick. So I went over the guidelines. I want to show you how to create a pitch page from scratch. So let's say pitch page.html. We want to edit. Open this with Composer. And what we can do is insert images. And if you click on image and you click on this and you find where your images are located, and this is where my images are located. I've got my header. Just going to put that up here, and got my footer, and then I can put something like, let's say, a flat cover. And I could put the payment button. As you can see here. And let's see what we have left. I can put something like footer, this, that, and we can put a bunch of products together like a big chunk. So now you can see that I've basically plopped a bunch of images like the header, the graphic here, little e-cover, the buy button, and the footer. So now what I want to do is basically fill in this area with the sales page, which is very, very easy to do. What you will probably want to do is you want to center everything. So if you click on Edit and select All for now and click on Center, that'll basically center everything for you. And you just use this pretty much like a Microsoft Word. So you want to put your headline up here, your subheadline. And I know previously I told you I wouldn't really talk about how to create a sales page, and not, but I'm just showing you the structure of everything. You put an introduction, and relate, to the customers' needs, problems, wants, and desires. And then you introduce the product, introduce the solution or the product. Which is down below. And here's the thing, if you want to make the headline, let's say you want to change the headline to heading 1, and you want to change the font to, let's say, Arial, and you want to change this to red, from black to red, just click on this, click on like red, and you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. You know, it's just like Microsoft Word. There's really no difference. You can change the subheadline to like dark blue. You can change the font to Arial. We can make it a little bigger. We can italicize it, bold it, and we can underline it as well. And as you can see, you get my point. And right below here, you can create like tables. Let's say you want to create a table like you saw earlier, and let's say we create a table. We create 2 columns, and we'll create, like, let's say we'll create this table. But you see these padded lines. Let's say we want to edit the table, or edit the cell properties. Actually, what I'm doing is right-clicking here, clicking table cell properties. If you notice, click on table, and you put 0 border. This border is going to disappear, and then I'll leave it like that. And as you can see, the border just disappears. I could add an image if I wanted to. So if I had like a checkmark image, I could do that, and I could just put text, you know, like video number 1, video number 2. So I could put, you know, video number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you pretty much get the point. As you can see here, it's really not hard. Now the last thing that you want to add to the pitch page is the money back guarantee, which means that if somebody purchases your product, then if they want a refund within 60 days, you are going to have to give it to them. Because if you're going to add your product onto the Clickbank system, Clickbank requires that you give a standard 60-day return. And as you can see, if you go to Clickbank and you look under the refund and cancellation policy, it says, what is Clickbank return policy? It's a 60-day return period. It says, do any products have a different return policy? It says, our vendors are not permitted to make any guarantee that conflicts with the return policy. So you can't really do a 30-day policy, and you can't say no return policy. So that's another thing you want to add to your sales page. And of course, to add that, that's easy. All you need to do is write it up and then add that to the index.html page using the Composer WYSIWYG editor. And that's pretty much it. And once you're done with that, you can submit it for approval. And if Clickbank has any questions, they're going to ask you, to verify and clarify a few things. So that's it. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a thank you page.